The special primary election for the County Council District 5 seat is just 4 days away. CTV is continuing our coverage to bring you exclusive interviews with each of those candidates.
And joining us in the studio today is candidate Fred Price Jr. Mr. Price, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me this evening.
So why do you want to sit on the County Council and represent District 5?
Well, the major thing I find that our political elite don't have a vision for Prince George's County anymore. And I wanted to see that they keep promises made or promises kept. We have in-ground development on the Addison Road and Eastern Avenue. I've got Douglas Development has came out and started a project. It's half finished. Want to get it done. We're over in Chevrolet over there, arguing about annexing a dump. I want to encourage development of that site and get it done and stop arguing about annexation and move it forward in that. I've been successful, well, let me put it this way. I've never felt that I would go into a fight as a Marine with one hand tied behind my back. But in Prince George's County of late, it's been all Democrats. And every time there's a change in Washington, we have nobody to speak for us. I'm a Republican, all right? I understand what is going on today. My grandson just passed, and my great-grands and my daughter-in-law works for the government, so we're stressed out. But whilst we're being stressed out, we got to move forward. I was able to get Governor Hogan to put in money for the the blue line, East Capitol Street, Central Avenue and that. I was able to get an eastbound ramp put on to Route 50 at Cabin Branch Road and that. I was able to get from the federal government.
And Mr. Price, I'm sorry, but I just wanted to know from you, sir, you know, the county is dealing with a big deficit, $170 million. What type of cuts do you think should be made to the budget without cutting those essential services?
I will not have opportunity to deal with this budget by the time this election is over. But as I go into the following budget, I was looking at trying to improve services by using AI, artificial intelligence, and that. I remember I was just the administrator at State Highway Administration, and they brought in computers. Everybody wanted a computer, but they didn't tell people that for every computer you got to get rid of 1.5 employees. All right? So after I got the computers, my employees were not happy with me, because the next cycle I had to get them. When I go to, we have technology that has been upgraded to the point that when I look at the state budget, the county budget, and make a decision on what needs to be cut, improved, et cetera, and that, I will understand that I'm going to have to make some major changes in that. One of the areas would be 311. I have police tell me, don't call 311, call 911. He says it's the same people, and they can't handle yours. They're going to handle the ones that are most critical and life-saving in that. We have technology now that we can put in. They're doing it everywhere. A 311 system, just like, what's that lady that talked to me on the GPS, okay? Tells me that, all right? Okay. We can do that.
And, you know, you've been a longtime resident living in the county. How do you feel that the direction the county is going? Do you feel like it's positive? What do you feel are the major issues in the county? When
we came out of D.C., that's why they call Prince George's County the 9th Ward, okay? We were colored, all right? And since then, we've broken into tribes. There's Hispanics, there's blacks, there's African, and they all have a different vision. I remember an African businessman coming to me and having something in his hand, and I said, wait, that ain't the way we do business here. It took me 20 years to convince him to read and follow the American instruction. He's a successful businessman now. But I'm seeing that our political elite have broken off in, well, you got Also Brooks supporting this one, Moore supporting this one, she supported that one, and she supporting that one now. We don't have a common vision. I want to go in there and help them mediate. And we don't have no seniors on there. They just put out a bill to help the seniors, and they had to take it back because they got it wrong. I can sit there and tell them what Paladin is.
And you know, the economy is really important for all people in Maryland and here in Prince George's County. How would you want to improve the Prince George's County economy if you're elected to the county council?
Build up. Take Columbia. If I had my vision, I won't be here to see this, I don't think. Maybe, Lord. I would build Columbia Park Road from the Chevrolet Metro Station all the way to Fairmont Heights Senior High School. It would go straight up. There would be commercial on the bottom, and I could roll my wheelchair out to the elevator, go down, get me a cup of coffee, and go over to the recreation and entertainment facility. Matter of fact, we got a good one. If you get a chance, come up on Tuesday and Thursday, the American Legion and Chevrolet, and see how the DC senior hand dancers do. We've got to socialize people. People are walking around looking at their phone, matter of fact. Yeah.
And you mentioned, you know, there's no senior representation on the county council. So if you were on the council, how would you address issues like affordable housing for seniors?
Well, right now I'm going through long-term care. Seniors need, like transportation. I've heard transportation is wrong. I'd have someone to teach them how to use Metro Access, how to use the bus and that. How to use your card now, because they no longer accept money. I go to a place and they turn, I couldn't go to the Bowie basketball game last week. Well, I ended up going because they don't accept money. I'm an old person, I carry money in that.
Like physical cash.
Yeah, like physical cash. But here's the main thing. I believe it's CB 006. Someone put in to delay looking at emergency service at the Largo Hospital. We don't want it delayed. Everywhere I went, the seniors are talking about they're going out to get care at that.
All right, well, Mr. Price, thank you so much. We're running out of time, but thank you so much for coming on to our studio today.
Thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely, sir. And make sure you tune in to CTV News for our continuous election coverage. Early voting is still underway, and the special primary election is on March 4th.
Visit the county's Board of Elections website to find your designated voting site. And if you missed any of our candidate interviews, you can catch them on our YouTube page at youtube.com/PGCTV online.